Now we'll start to see maybe the difference in the next 15 games because people are going to play for spots. In terms of you don't want to finish in 7th or 8th and have to open against Philly or Brooklyn. You'd much rather have to deal. If you're the Celtics, you got to kind of stay in where you are, that 4-5, and face Atlanta, at least get hopefully one playoff series win. And then if you lose to Philly in the second round, it's not a horrible season. It's not where maybe they're calling for Brad Stevens' head here. But listen, the Celtics have been better. They've won 4 in a row, Bob. I don't know if you're bought in again to this team, but a huge win against Portland.
A good win against Portland. 6 out of 7. All right, I'll start. Your guy Jayson.
Yeah.
53 points the other night.
Yeah.
Took over last night. 17-point third quarter on the road, right? If he plays the way that you and I both feel he should play,
sure,
and is capable of playing, going to the hoop as well as settling and playing the game the way he can play. Yeah. He's a tremendous player, and if he's going to play like this, then they're going to be fine. But there's an X factor. Is Kemba going to be a consistent force doing what he can do in the playoffs or not? And number one, you got to get him on the floor every night.
Right.
Number two, what player are you going to get? And if some nights he looks like it's hopeless.
Yeah, he's not the most consistent guy right now, and you're going to need that come playoffs.
There's no backup. Marcus Smart's he's an entirely different player, not him. Pritchard, was an early season comment.
He's a good backup. He's a good 15-minute game guy.
Yeah, and he's going to have a solid NBA career.
Right.
He may be the Alex Caruso of the East. I don't know.
I just want to see Fournier get back. I want to see him get
Fournier,
back.
That's the other. Excuse me. Oh, there was, he got pulses racing with a couple of his performances.
Right.
And exactly why they got him. You could see it, but they got to get him. And that's the other thing is there's got to be. They're another team that needs a little bit of time for the entire unit to get together, which gives them, so they can have a bench, which they haven't had, with any kind of potency, which is one reason why they were able to, they needed to get Fournier. They could be a force. They could.
I mean, can they? The question is, can they, at their A game, can they beat a Philly if they're playing them in the second round?
Yeah. No. The thing is, they haven't. Well, that's where Embiid, who doesn't. But Embiid's had some monster nights against them.
Yeah.
He has been the number one problem for them against Philly. Robert Williams keeps getting better and better, but that's a matchup. When you're doing the matchups, the check mark.
You don't like that
and
one.
the next to check goes next to Philadelphia. So that's going to be interesting. But I'll tell you what, they Robert Williams is showing why they were willing to invest in him. I'll say that.
Listen, he's got all the ability in the world. It's just putting it together and staying together for Robert Williams. If he can do that, listen, he doesn't have to play even with Embiid. He's just got to not let Embiid go for 40 and 20.
Right.
Keep him at 25 and 12, and that's fine. That's fine because again, it's not like Ben Simmons is a big time scorer. You got to win all the other matchups. You're not winning that one, but you got to win everything else, and they should. Like, to be honest, in every other area, in a way, they're as good, if not better.
Yeah.
So there's no reason when Fournier comes back that this team playing at their peak, which they haven't done. They just haven't done it all year. And again, they just added a key piece. But if they could somehow hit their stride at the right time, maybe they could make a run here and surprise some people. Because again, listen, they still have 3 guys that are all-star caliber players. Now, Kemba's not playing like it. Tatum certainly is again, and Jaylen Brown's been pretty solid throughout the year. So really, as we've talked about, it's really up to Kemba Walker whether this team has a chance to go deep in the playoffs. Period.
And he's willing. It's not, and his attitude doesn't. It's physical. It's completely, but without him being a significant force. No, that's it there. So, but they could. So you got to put them a little bit back in your mind, and just don't dismiss them. If the things are clicking at the time they have everybody back, then look out.